Hello again, it's your friendly neighborhood host, JT Wheatley, back for another edition of the History of Comics podcast. This time with an edition of the Christmas classics. I want to introduce a new classic to the genre with the 2019 Shazam movie, directed by David F. Sandberg. This is just a great adaptation of the Captain Marvel, Shazam comic books from DC Comics, and it's honestly, of all the Snyderverse movies that came out, this is the best one. Because it really had the most fun. In many ways, it's most true to the comic. Of course, the story is pretty simple. It's basically a young kid, Billy Batson, an orphan who's trying to find his mom in Philadelphia, ends up getting the powers of Shazam, which allows him to be turned into an adult superhero. But they play out that brilliantly, especially with Zachary Levi, who really does act like a big kid in an adult body. And there are a lot of like little tributes there too. David F. Sandberg, who's probably best known for the Annabelle movies, does a great job with this movie. And he does some great superhero action, but also some nice nods to the concept of a kid turning into an adult. There's nice versions of great classics like Big, of course, in the mall scene. And there's a great villain, too, with Mark Strong playing Dr. Sylvana. Just a great film in general. But best of all, though, it's a great Christmas movie because it takes place during Christmas. There's a Santa feature very prominently throughout the film, a great running gag. He keeps ending up where all the action's taking place, and he's just running in terror as the villains and the superheroes are fighting. And it also has a nice family message, too, because when Billy Batson gets placed into a foster home, it's actually a nice, loving foster home of all these diverse kids who just want to be his family. And it's really sweet. It's the ultimate message about what family's really about. And just a great movie in general. And like I said, it takes place during Christmas. So it's a Christmas movie, so definitely, as I've added it to my Christmas movie rotation. Great watch in general, so definitely check it out. Because this Shazam is a true Christmas classic.
My name is Mark McCrae, I'm the author of The Best Saturdays of Our Lives.
I'm Dan Klink, co-host of the Best Saturdays of Our Lives podcast.
The Best Saturdays of Our Lives features programming trends from the 1966 television season all the way through the last hurrah of the early digital age of the 1990s.
On the show, if it's animated, we talk about it.
Order your signed copy today at tbsool.com.
And listen to the podcast at esonetwork.com and all podcast platforms.
Now is December 14th, 2023, time for my favorite comic of the week. Batman Santa Claus Silent Night number 2 by Jeff Parker, Michelle Bandini, and Trevor Hairsine, which was continuing the Christmas theme, and I might, based on how this series is going, because it's a weekly comic book series is being released through the month of December as a kind of like nice Christmas gift from DC. This might be my favorite comic book pick of the week for the whole month, because I'm in the Christmas mood right now, obviously with this Christmas classic. But with this story, it continues to reveal that Batman, one of his mentors when he was training was Santa Claus, but this is a cool vampire fighting Santa Claus. He was teaming up with them to take on these vampiric Droog, who are led by the Krampus, of all things. And sure enough, some more DC heroes come to help out, notably Green Arrow and Black Canary, who are very effective because, Green Arrow has some wooden arrows, and Black Canary, her canary cry, very effective against creatures that go by echolocation. And just a lot of fun. It is a little disappointing that Bandini already at this point is having to share art duties with Trevor Hairsine, but considering it's a weekly comic book, it's almost expected. And they do it effectively because Hairsine is used to tell a flashback story of the origin of the Krampus and Santa Claus, which works very effectively, while Bandini's art is still very cool and action-packed. Fantastic depiction of all the heroes involved. And best of all, it is on a cliffhanger where another DC hero shows up, and it's just a lot of fun. This is just a fun Christmas gift from DC, and thank you very much. Which I wish comic books in general did more stuff like this, have fun with the holidays, Halloween, and Christmas, and so forth. Great read in general, and plus it's canon, so yes. And the DC canon, Batman was trained by Santa Claus, and that's the coolest thing ever. And so with that, we will conclude this episode of the Christmas Classics. Join me again next week for another episode. And until then, go and enjoy yourself a good comic book. If you want to check out a new comic book movie for Christmas, check out Shazam, because that is a true Christmas classic.